Good morning, Friday the 22nd of August, so another weekly update for you. A little bit chilly up here on the downs this morning, sat on a mower, hence the woolly hat, a sign that autumn may be on the way. I'm not sure, we'll see, but yeah, a little bit chilly, overnight temperature. So Friday setup this week, we've cut greens, rolled greens, we've done a tees and aprons run, a reduced tees and aprons run. We've just identified the tees that need doing, and done a one band cut around the aprons as the dry weather and lack of growth continues. So just a combination of giving those areas that aren't growing very much a rest, and not doing too much intensity to them. There's no point cutting what looks like a cricket wicket at times. There's certainly some tees which doesn't get quite as good irrigation or no irrigation at all, that will just give a bit of a rest, as there's no need to waste diesel or man hours running over those when we're not taking anything off. They're also out behind that as well, a course setup of moving markers, divotting between the tees, and we've got a hand water hose out this morning for any dry patches to make sure they're well watered going into the weekend. Elsewhere this week, we've put a spray out, our feed, our Primo plant growth regulator, iron, and a little bit of biostimulant bi-weekly feed out there. Again, similar to what I just said about the aprons, we've just done the greens in one band this week rather than doing the whole apron. Normally we'd do the greens and approaches with that application, but with some of the fronts of the aprons drying out quite a lot, there's no point putting a plant growth regulator over those areas, so just to save a bit of chemical, save a bit of time. There's no point in doing those in a similar regard, so there's no point in cutting them. We'll wait for a bit of rain to come for them to spruce back up. Elsewhere this week, we had a range closure on Tuesday, where we went out and did a ball collect in the field. We had lots of help from juniors coming out and volunteering to give us a hand for that. So thank you very much to all of those. More hands make lighter work on that job. And they did a really, really good job of doing a ball pick. We were also, after the ball pick, we also trimmed down the long shrub grass at the bottom of the net so we could get even more of the balls back in circulation. And after all of that was done, we reopened the driving range, and then we spent a bit of time on the wash pad going through the balls, and we've tried to get as many of the eco practice balls back into circulation as possible. We've got a really, really good stock of range balls now where we don't run really low, but we're trying to get, but there's quite a mix of the old range ball and the eco practice, and we're just trying. The eco practice is the preferred ball by the pro shop, so we're just trying to. They're the ones we're going to buy from now on, and we're just trying to keep as many of those in stock as possible. We've been up to the 11th path walk-on area to the 11th tee to neaten all of this up. We've got some old rotting sleepers there which are starting to fall out, and then there's quite a step between the existing path and onto the existing turf. So we've taken out the old sleepers and got rid of some of the reed bar that was in there. We've lifted the turf and re-landscaped it so it sits neatly level with the path, and with a nice gradual slope up to the tee, and then we've gone and put the turf back down just so that's a nice walk on from the path to the 11th tee. We've done a little bit of maintenance to the first tee this week also, so this has involved just this area where we don't have 100% turf grass coverage, so we've seeded, fertilised, and then spiked all of that in using an aerator just to try and dimple the seed into the ground, because as I've talked about before, anything you leave on top won't grow. So put the aerator over that, and then we've put some top dressing over the top and put the level lawn over that. We've then roped it off just to try and really keep it to keep any wear and tear off it and try to give it the best chance of it regrowing. We just want to make that as strong as possible as we're heading into for first impressions on the first hole, and as we sort of start heading into try and get that really healed and good and strong, good quality turf, ready to going into the winter. There's plenty of tees to go around and do this on, but we've done it on the first because we know that has very good irrigation on it. It had an irrigation upgrade, so that's why you can see the turf on the first tee does look better in the summer than most other tees, because it had an irrigation upgrade, and is all the water goes on the tee. So we've got confidence that will grow back and bounce back, whereas a lot of the seed and fertilizer we put out on other tees, we don't have quite as much confidence in the sprinkler systems that are on there, because they're sort of all over the place a little bit, and they need a good upgrade. You may also notice that the top dressing we've put out on top of here is green. So something we've done and have trialled and are working on it at the moment is to use green sand around the golf course for better aesthetics as we go around mainly divoting on tees. So this still uses the 60-40 divot mix that we have, and then we use a green dye that we mix in. So we put this in a cement mixer, put the green dye in, and then we also add a few handfuls of fertilizer as well. So it's sort of pre-fertilized soil as well, so that will help with the germination of the seed as well. So yeah, it looks better, and it's going to help germinate the grass faster too. And that is all for this week, folks. Looking ahead to next week, we've got August Bank Holiday weekend this weekend, so yeah, sort of a 4-day week. Got a bit of staff holiday next week as well, which is quite natural this time of year with the school holidays and kids being off. So very much focusing on the basics, setting up a good golf course, and then almost anything we get on top of that will be a bonus. So yeah, look forward to catching up with you next week.